He's come up with a couple of important goals, Connor Cody. The first of them came when Sheffield United went to Leyton Orient. They were leading the division and got a very good 1-1 draw. It was part of the start of their revival under Nigel Clough.
This is a demonstration in Wirecast.
Cody looking to pick up Flynn's run. Oh, good recovery there from Wiggins. Only his second appearance in the FA Cup in this run. Grace Wiggins. Brayford with the cross.
I'm just surprised that Baxter's dropping off so much. You know, I think obviously he's supposed to be their striker, and he's almost playing as a false nine, like Lionel Messi, dare I say, and dropping off too deep. I think they need that threat in behind so that they can come and link. At times he's coming too deep to play. You know, and the centre backs from Charlton are just not being occupied.
Morrison picked out for this game because he came up in the first half at Leicester last week. He's a steely figure, no pun intended, here in Sheffield. Doyle. They're going to look to get Murphy into the game, I think, as often as they possibly can, Sheffield United, and it might be a good ploy too. Cody, a good game in the centre of midfield. Harris with the cross. Maguire with the booming header. Baxter flicking it on. Three FA Cup goals in his career. He scored a terrific one earlier on in the run, this time at Cambridge on the turn. A vital first goal which had class written all over it. There will be a little break in the play here with Charles with a man down injured.
This is a demonstration.
Chance to rehydrate. You're right, it does feel like a summer's day here, doesn't it?
I don't think I've ever seen so many players get water in the first half of any football match, but I think the players have worked hard. You know, it's been a lot of effort from both sides, just lacking that bit of quality that can change the game. I think Murphy has been an inspiration for Sheffield United on the left. Every time he touches, he looks like something could happen, but Skugel hasn't found a way to get the ball into feet.
Church is okay again. You just saw there a little shot of the Jessica Ennis stand here, a tribute to the local girl who struck Olympic gold. Really is like old times here. Did you know that the very first Premier League goal of the era was scored in this stadium? Brian Deane against Manchester United, before your time at United, Owen.
Stats of the day, that one.
Just thought I'd drop it in.
This is a demonstration in Wirecast.
Because they had a few Premier League campaigns, Sheffield United. Wilson to take the throw for Charlton.
This is a demonstration in Wirecast.
The way through for Tudgate. Most of the roads have been cul-de-sacs so far here. It's been a pretty frantic and furious argument. Just as you'd think, really.
Well, I think it's what we anticipated. I think you just want somebody just to slow the game down in that crucial moment, just maybe take an extra touch and look for that final pass. But like we said, there hasn't been that running off the ball and running in behind, so it's been a little bit of flick-ons and long balls, and just need someone to settle it down.
They haven't been able to really get Stefan Skugel into the game. Sheffield United, who's playing just behind Josie Baxter, the furthest forward of the midfield players. No real link up between those two yet.
Well, and he came on against Fulham and made a real impact. As you said, he just hasn't found a way to get on the ball. But I think if they can find a way to get it into him, he can be a real threat.
That was a loose ball boy at that time. Flynn. There's Johnny Jackson. That might be yellow. That might be yellow. Flynn stays down. Crowd are incensed here.
Yeah. That's got to be a definite yellow card. I mean, it's... I think Jackson is just very late and awkward, and Flynn, again, good wing play. Run out of defender Wiggins, and Jackson just comes across, and not a good challenge by any stretch, and that is the clearest yellow card I've seen.
Yeah.
This
but
weekend.
It was only yellow, wasn't it? It was just a mistimed
No,
challenge.
that would never be a red card.
Yeah, the crowd are baying for red, but the crowd always bay for red.
You wouldn't want to see the game spoiled with a red card, and for that.
A bit painful for Ryan Flynn, though. Can Sheffield United find the breakthrough that their fans are praying for just before the break? Baxter to play it in. Wasn't the best one. It was Johnny Jackson who cut it out, in fact. It's come out here to Brayford. Deflected on the way through with the flags up here. It won't count. It's in the back of the net from Cody, but the flag had gone up a long time before.
Well, it's a big decision. Key moment. Brayford just gets forward from his right back position. Obviously, you can see Cody's definitely offside there, and right call from the assistant referee.
Did score in the 5th round against Nottingham Forest when Sheffield United won it very, very late indeed with 2 goals from Chris Porter, who's on the bench, maybe designated for a super sub role again today.
I'm almost sure we'll see Porter in the second half. I just don't think, as Baxter's played well, but he just hasn't been able to lead the line like a traditional centre forward. I think he's better off dropping as a number 10.
I was just going to say that he looks like he'd rather play deeper himself rather than the spearhead.
Well, and I think he's their likely source of inspiration, Baxter. He's dropping very deep at times and getting the ball into feet, but you need that centre forward to lead the line, and I think Porter can definitely do that, and I'm sure we'll see him early on in the second half.
It's the voice of Owen Hargreaves, former England star, up on the Bramall Lane gantry with me today here. Cody to lay it inside. He really did think he'd scored as well. Brayford joining in. Good ball towards the near post. That's a good claim. He had to hold that. Hamer.
And Brayford does a great FA Cup campaign, getting forward at the right back position. And again, that's somewhere where you'd probably see Porter pop up, get across, and Baxter's the one playing in Brayford there earlier on, linking up the play, which is what he does brilliantly.
There he is, Chris Porter. He scored 4 goals on this FA Cup run, and it would be a surprise if there was no role for him at all today later on.
Well, it's not often you see the top scorer on the bench, but I like the tactics. You know, have an impact player to come off the bench and change the game. 9 goals this season, so I'm sure that's something we'll see in the second half.
Cousins to Tutgay. It's all a bit tight over there, and predictably it does go out of play.
This is a demonstration on Wirecast.
Not too many efforts really, but Tutgay did have one for Charlton. It was rather half hit.
Yeah, I think Charlton will be disappointed with the first half. They just haven't really created anything, haven't found a way to get on the ball enough. And in this first half, Sheffield United have been the better side.
Collins gets it away, but it's Baxter against the entire Charlton defence. Morrison, another player who appeared for Sheffield Wednesday, like his central defensive partner Richard Wood. Here is Michael Morrison. Cousins. Just having to do a bit of a job wide right, Cousins. He's normally a right back or central midfield player.
I think they've had opportunities, Charlton, to play forward and try and get it into Church and Tuka, but they just haven't done that. They've played square too many times there. Boyed, who's done well so far, but had an opportunity to be a threat and play in behind.
Murphy on the chase. He's kept that in play well. Very tenacious though, Morrison. Speed against strength there.
I just love Murphy's effort. You know, this is what you need in a quarter-final. Somebody to step up to the big occasion. And he's done that so far today.
From a long way out, Doyle, Flynn. Murphy did well blocking the cross then. Poyet with the header. Charlton determined to go in at half-time with parity. Doyle to lay it wide, but again the attack breaks down at rather an early stage, and that has been sort of the story of things.
I mean, if you think about it, the Charlton centre-backs have had virtually nothing to do because there's nobody playing up against them today. And again, in that situation, Baxter dropped off, sound like a broken record, but getting into feet. You know, you need to test these centre-backs, especially when they're short on confidence after having such a difficult season.
Charlton trying to pose a problem or two at the other end, but they are the lowest scorers in the Championship this season. They've only scored 24 goals in 30 matches. Going to be 3 added minutes at the end of the first half in this FA Cup quarter-final. Picked up by Marcus Tudgate. Now Jordan Cousins for Charlton. Laurie Wilson. Towards Baxter, but Wood was quickly in there. He's going to need some runners from midfield in support of him, Baxter. He's got a runner from defence here, Maguire. Murphy again. Does look a threat. Harris! Well, you wondered where that was going to end up. Unfortunately for Sheffield United, it wasn't the top corner of the net.
Well, you got to love Maguire stepping out. He's just centre-back. Looks so comfortable in possession, and great little ball out wide. Great little cut back from Murphy. And Harris has a great opportunity to whip it in the top corner, but just skips over. But again, Sheffield United have been the better of the two sides, and Maguire looks a real threat coming out with the ball. Looks very comfortable in possession, and good pass of the ball from the back as well.
Smorgan there alongside Nigel Clough, debating things.
Just all a bit too slow for Charlton. They just need to speed it up and have a go. They haven't really had a go today. They look obviously short on confidence because they've struggled massively. I think they're just getting long balls into Church and Tuka.
That was a ball into Church. Harriet, it looked decent. That took a deflection too off Brayford. Could have gone anywhere. It's gone for a corner.
Well, that's better, getting the ball into Judge. Harriet's got that change of pace, tries to whip it in, and good defending from Brentford in the end.
So very late in the first half, it's Charlton who have the corner to be taken by Johnny Jackson. Defending was good again from Collins. He wins a lot in the air back there.
He's defended brilliantly today so far.
That is half-time. No goals, and in truth, not too many chances. What we have had is a fantastic atmosphere at Bramall Lane, and the drama might still be to come. There was one half-hit effort from Marcus Tudgate for Charlton, but they didn't really pose too much of a threat. Sheffield United very, very tight, pacey in certain breaks, but not really carving out too much themselves either. Goalless at half-time at Bramall Lane.
They say it's impossible to touch your elbow with your tongue, or to pass other people on a boat without waving. Can you hold a basketball without bouncing it? Or say, "I'll be back," in your normal voice. They say it's impossible to win all 3 domestic trophies in one season. And they say you can't truly tame a tiger. Hull, Man City. Saturday, midday, live on BT Sport 1.
Searching for a car can be such a carfuffle. Do the words headless and chicken spring to mind? Mark! Motors.co.uk have introduced a completely new way to search, letting you find cars by what matters to you, like budget, running costs, or any extras you want. And they're history checked for your peace of mind. There you go. The twins will love it. Find cars without the carfuffle at motors.co.uk.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
To the millions of fans who make the Barclays Premier League what it is, thank you. From Barclays.
At Machine Mart, you can buy power washers, generators, welders, air compressors, wood stoves, water pumps, space heaters, jump starters, engine cranes, trolley jacks, table saws, storage racks, workwear, power tools, tool chest, hand tools. Machine Mart have a huge range of tools and machinery on display in their 64 superstores nationwide. Or visit our website with thousands more specialist products in Machine Mart Extra. The new Machine Mart catalogue with hundreds of price cuts and new products. Get yours in store, online or call.
In life, you cannot always choose what you do, but you can always choose who you are. We are the Sappers. With every brace and every cufflink, we say, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
It's more than just a final score. Download the app or go to William Hill on your mobile. William Hill, the home of betting.
The Mercedes-Benz C-Class from £285 per month.
If you can't see Barclays Premier League goals here or here, why not watch them here, here or here? You can also watch them here, here at a wedding. You probably shouldn't watch them here, ouch, here, oh this isn't going to end well, or here. But here, here, and here should all be fine. Sun Plus Goals, the first place to see every Barclays Premier League goal on the go. Exclusive to our new digital entertainment bundle. Sun Plus, get involved.
At Oak Furnitureland, we're known for our solid hardwood furniture, but now we've gone soft. We've launched our exclusive made-to-match range of sofas, designed to look great with our furniture, and savings continue in our March sale. This stylish Jasmine sofa is now a fantastic $599. This 3-seater Harley sofa is now only $799. Plus, there's free delivery on everything. Oak Furnitureland. Quality at a price you can't knock.
This is a presentation of Wirecast.
Well, we're live at Bramall Lane, but lots more football to come today on BT Sport, including a rerun of last season's final in the FA Cup as Man City take on Wigan. That's from 3:30. And then the European football show tonight, 6:30. Napoli against Roma from Serie A. And then two teams fighting for European places, ESPN, Bordeaux against Lyon. That's tonight, 8 p.m. So it's 0-0 here at half-time. Neil Warnock, Matt Hall and David James are with me. Neil, who has had the better of that first 45?
It's been a bit of a chess game, really, I think. I don't think, neither keeper's really been tested. I like the wide players, the wide left players of both teams. I think, Murphy started well, Sheffield United, and Harriet's done well as well. So, but it really needs something to get a grip of the game now, doesn't it?
Callum Harriet maybe has been the spark for Charlton. In fact, he's the one that's really forcing the game.
Yeah, he has. It has been a little bit frantic, 100 mile an hour, and at times I think Sheffield United have dropped off too deep. But Callum Harriet for Charlton is the one that I'd be saying get him on the ball as much as possible, because when he gets it, he's got great pace. He's willing to take people on. He's very positive. Tries to get his shot away. It's about the only shot on target we've seen throughout that first half from Callum Harriet, and he's been probably Charlton's biggest danger.
Yeah, Sheffield United haven't created too much. Josie Baxter playing up front for them. They've got a few balls into the box, David, but maybe is he the wrong type of striker today? Maybe someone like Porter on the bench could be different.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed with the deliveries into the box by Sheffield United so far in that first half. So we've seen them earlier on in the season. They were very well organised, and at the moment it's been one man trying to do things rather than a team set up. As Matty said there, they're dropping so deep, allowing Charlton to come onto them. It'd be nice to see them actually put a bit of pressure on Charlton, see what they've got about them, whether they can handle that bit of pressure, and then, as I say, with a bit more organisation, go on and win this game comfortably.
They did create a chance late on. Bob Harris with a chance. Maguire coming out from the back like he loves to do, and he feeds Murphy.
He does that well, actually. I've seen him a few times, and he's strong, such a strong lad when he's on a run. It's a good ball out there, and then it's I think it's a sensible layback, and it's a great shot, really. He's not too far off that.
They need more of that, don't they, Matt?
Yeah, they do, because I think, as I say, they've been a little bit negative, actually. A big crowd here today. You're expecting a little bit more from them. And be a bit more positive. Because Baxter keeps coming into midfield, they've got no real out ball, and it is on the left-hand side that they've created the most problems for Charlton. But they do need to push on a bit more, I think.
We thought they should be in the faces a bit more, didn't we? A little bit more in the faces.
Particularly in the first 10-15 minutes.
Match and get it, let's get the crowd rocking.
But they want to be in that draw for the semi-finals, and you can understand them being a little bit cagey.
And you can understand some big tackles going flying in as well. Johnny Jackson certainly put a big one in, and I think you'd probably be shouting red card here, wouldn't you, Neil?
Well, I think if you're the manager of the home team, yeah. I mean, it's a mistimed challenge, and it looks bad, doesn't it?
It's a bad tackle. Yeah.
The more you look at it, it looks bad. But I think Lee Mason's he's been the best team on the pitch so far. I think Lee Mason's had a great game.
I'll be honest, he lacks a little bit of pace, Johnny Jackson. He was just a little bit slow getting there. It did look naughty though.
It was about half an hour late then.
Yeah, about that.
What do you think? Could it have been red?
If it had been red, I wouldn't have been surprised. Because it was a late challenge. It was with force.
I don't think
lack of control. It's everything that you'd want in a red card. Yeah.
I can't actually believe you just praised the referees again.
Well, I don't think the match warranted that. I think he kept it going. It's not as if it's a physical game, because it's not really.
And Charlton, of course, they've not scored, and that maybe is the story of their season so far. Lowest scorers in the Championship, but they've got 5,000 fans here today to see if they can change that in the second half. Both of these teams know they might just be one step from Wembley. Second half coming up next.
Stop headless betting. The Racing Post app gives you the most important pieces of information, tips and predictions to help you make a swift and savvy bet. The Racing Post app. Bet with your head.
We all want to get on with our lives, which is why at the Cooperative Insurance we keep things fair and simple, while still giving you great value, like 25% off home insurance when you buy buildings and contents together. And for those emergencies like broken boilers and burst pipes and doors, you can add home emergency cover for just 12 pence in your first year. For insurance you can be sure of, go online or call our UK call centre on 0800 466 1000 for a quote.
Morris?
Dismissed off of me! Pronto!
Morris, just download the Bet Victor app and you'll get this right now.
What about now?
The same.
What about now?
The same.
What about now?
The same. Morris, I've got guests.
Problems. Big time!
For our best in-play odds,
Demonstration of Wirecast.
talk to Victor.
Great sport doesn't just happen here. It can also help make great things happen here. And here too. BT Sport is launching a new charity initiative, the Supporters Club. Helping change the lives of young people by supporting the people who support them. If you're a BT broadband customer, you can get all this for free. So why not add £1 a month to your bill and BT will match that donation. Sign up to the Supporters Club today.
What's with the jumper? Oh, Julie bought it for me.
Take it off.
I don't think Julie would like that.
So under the thumb.
That's her. No. You have no idea what you've just done.
Eat your triple extra. It's man time.
How'd you feel? Like a changed man. Triple high five.
This is a demonstration.
Capture the dream, give it all for the team.
The triple extra.
Meet the boss. By day, he brews impossibly smooth beer. By night, he builds impossibly supportive braziers. By day, complex recipe. By night, complex embroidery. By day, glasses. By night, cups. He's the boss. And he never sleeps because he's living the dream. Cobra, it's smooth.
At Giacomo, men's style is understood. You want to book that last minute flight? We've got the jeans with the legroom you need. Plus, all the latest looks to keep you cool this spring in sizes small to 5XL. You want more space? We've got the jackets that fit just right. With big name brands in sizes exclusive to Giacomo and with 10% off your first order today, why wait? For the book, call 0800 980 1180 or go to giacomo.co.uk.
Demonstration of Wirecast.
4 new wheels for a fancy pants roadster, £13,000. 4 wheels, all attached to the Dacia Duster 2013 carbuyer.co.uk Car of the Year, £12,490. The Dacia range, from 5995. You do the maths.
No, not you as well. Why you leave me now? You break my heart. You my best riders, so fast. We won awards. Everybody wanting a speedy GP pizza.
But boss, you knew we'd have to go back.
But you belong here with me.
Well, we're really sorry, boss.
Go.
We'll see you in November.
Grab a slice of the action as MotoGP comes live and exclusive to BT Sport.
0-0, half-time here at Bramall Lane. Both of these teams know they could be just 45 minutes away from Wembley. And talking of Wembley, 2 teams that made the final last season feature again on BT Sport later on. Jake's already at the Etihad for us.
Indeed they do. Darryl, thank you very much. Yes, we've got Manchester City up against Wigan for you from here a little bit later on. And as you can see, just as beautiful as it is in Sheffield today,
Not a cloud in the sky, but hardly a person around at the moment, because we've got about 3 hours to go until kick-off here. But all the build-up and lots to talk about. There's real romance regarding this one. Of course, it's the holders up against the favourites, as Darryl just told you. It's a repeat of the final from 2013 and the return to Manchester City of Uwe Rosler. He named his son after the City legend Colin Bell. Special day, and we'll see you for the build-up from 3:30.
Special indeed, Jake. Thank you very much. Teams have just come back out. Neil Warnock's with me again. I wonder, would you change anything at half-time if you'd been in that Sheffield United dressing room?
No, I think Nigel will be quite pleased. I know it sounds silly, but he'll not be at the end of the world if they draw the game, but I would like to see him have a go to win it with the atmosphere.
OK, well, they're going to have a go, it looks like, because we are ready to go. So let's get back over to Owen Hargreaves and Ian Duck.
Thank you very much indeed, Darryl. Thank you, fellas, for the half-time chat. And on this sunny Sunday lunchtime, it will be Charlton Athletic who will get us underway at the start of the second half. They haven't actually played at Wembley since one of the best games you've ever seen at the famous old stadium. That 4-4 draw against Sunderland in the Championship playoff final, when Clive Mendonca got a hat-trick and it went to 7-6 on penalties, and Charlton were promoted to the Premier League. Unforgettable match, but they haven't been to Wembley since then. Sheffield United were there a couple of years ago on a sad occasion for them, losing a playoff final against Huddersfield Town on penalties. No changes yet. Owen Hargreaves, sitting alongside me, is expecting Sheffield United maybe to try the option of Chris Porter sooner rather than later. Church with the layoff to Wiggins. Richard Wood, who is a long time part of the furniture across the city here at Sheffield Wednesday. Morrison brings it forward. Can Charlton find a little more attacking threat in this second half? Despite playing two up front with Tudgay just behind Church, there was precious little bit in that first half. Been a problem for them, one they need to sort out really if they're to maintain their championship status. Chris Powell will know about that. They might need one or two loan signings. That's the word.
Well, I think they'd have to be disappointed with the first half, Charles. I just don't think they gave enough a go, as we said in the first half. They look short on confidence and no real quick plays. No point in playing two strikers if they're not really going to have any impact on the game. You know, I think they need to find a way to link the play quicker. Poyer looks very confident for possession, but they just haven't found a way to hurt Sheffield United so far in this game.
If it wasn't for the fixture congestion facing them, Charlton, I'm sure they'd be happy enough to take this back to the Valley. And they are pretty used to playing away from home in this competition. The last four ties now have been away from the Valley. Winning it in a replay at Oxford, then going to Huddersfield and winning with a Simon Church goal, and then beating Sheffield Wednesday 2-1 at Hillsborough. Harriott and Church on the target there. They've travelled a long way. They had to set the alarms early, and they're enjoying the sunshine, and they'll enjoy it too if they can stay alive and be in the FA Cup semi-final draw coming up later on. Doyle laying it wide. Here's Brayford, curiously signed by Cardiff and then unused in the Premier League bargain. He's reunited with Nigel Clough here. From a long way up, Scougal, and a long way away too.
Well, it's been difficult for Scougal so far in this game. He's tried to find a way to get on the ball, but as we said, Baxter's dropped off into a lot of those areas, as he does next to Scougal there, and trying to find a way to have an impact on the game, but just hasn't had that impact that the manager would have hoped for.
Young player signed in January for £150,000 or thereabouts from the Scottish club Livingston. Sheffield United also have on the bench the right back they signed on loan from Derby a few days ago, Kieran Freeman. Morrison for Charlton. Scoogle to help it forward. Baxter still pretty much a lone figure up top.
But if you look, I mean, you see Charlton's front four, they're all just standing in one line. I mean, you need players in different angles to make different runs. They're just standing in a flat four, and it makes it easy for Sheffield United to defend.
Diego Poyet, you've been impressed with him in there, the teenager?
He looks very comfortable. For 18 years old, he looks very comfortable in possession. And well, as I said, they need to find a way to hurt Sheffield United. They haven't been able to found a way to do that so far. As you see again, the front three are just virtually in a line, and it's been too easy for Sheffield United so far.
Charlton just looking to be a little more careful in possession of the football. Maybe that's something Chris Powell was talking about at half-time. Looks that way anyway. Morrison to curl one in. The goalkeeper will be favourite, and it's well judged.
I think the one positive so far, both keepers have done well. They dealt with crosses very well so far. Showed great hands on all the occasions they needed to, and that's important to have good play in the goalkeeper position.
Some defending to do here for Laurie Wilson, and he's done it well too. Got a job on his hand, mind you, with Jamie Murphy on that side. Collins to lay it forward. Baxter. It's Murphy again, hustled out of it by Wilson. Quite a battle between those two. Baxter dropping deeper. You sense he likes it there a little bit more. Flynn down the side. Cody. Corner, Sheffield United. Nigel Clough, he never lost as a player, and he hasn't lost as a manager yet against Charlton. And he's closing in on 1,000 games as a manager now. Amazing, that.
Remarkable.
It's towards Maguire. He never quite managed to win it. Scoogle played it back in again. Still alive, Maguire. Hammers it into the side netting.
Well, I think you can see today why he's been their player of the year the last 2 seasons, only 21. But look at this for feet from your centre back. Little drag back. And a good strike with his weaker left foot. Almost looks like a centre forward there.
Not too far away. Not only player of the year here last 2 seasons, but also voted into the League One team of the year, as voted for by his fellow players in the last couple of seasons. Tudgate here for Charlton. Church, good touch. And Maguire was strong. It's been won by Cousins though. Decision is goal kick. Frustration from Jordan Cousins with the decision.
Yeah, Cousins hasn't had an impact on the game from the wide right. I think Harriet's had a good impact on the left when he's been able to get on the ball and use that pace and have a shot from distance. But on the other side, Cousins done a good job defensively, but needs to have impact the game going forward.
Connor Cody. Flynn laid it back to him. Rayford's first touch rather let him down, and Harriet, the young winger, is penalised. Came through the system at Charlton. It's Murphy. Baxter. Well, he'd hoped Murphy'd read that. He hadn't quite. And the delay gave Charlton possession, which they've squandered.
Again, great opportunity. Sheffield United trying to link in the centre of the pitch. An opportunity for Cousins to break, and just a poor pass Straight out of touch.
Play will be pulled back here. Flag is up. This player, Jamie Murphy, just might be the key for Sheffield United. He lost the Scottish Cup final playing for Motherwell against Celtic 3 years ago. He scored in rounds 2 and 3 of this year's competition. He got one at Villa Park. They played splendidly there, Sheffield United, to knock out Villa.
Well, he's probably been the best player on the pitch today. I mean, you love his work ethic as a winger, but he's had an impact going forward, which is exactly what Nigel Clough would have expected.
We're getting news of the official crowd, 30,040, which does mean a sellout. The capacity just reduced slightly today from its usual 32,000 plus. Great news for the FA Cup with Budweiser. No goals yet. Quite a lot of tension, quite a lot of anxiety, because the prize, of course, is a big one. Here for Charlton.
I think all the fans here today, perfect day for football. Everyone's waiting for something to happen, something special to turn the game and to bring their team into a semi-final at Wembley. And so far it hasn't happened. It's been very cagey, very cautious. Hopefully in these last 30 minutes we can change something.
Brayford's header forward. The Sheffield United might be tempted to go with 2 up top. Do you stick or twist in this situation?
I think they need to make a change. I think obviously you see Baxter's come out wide, but I think he looks like a number 10. He's dropped off all game. I think the natural choice is Porter to bring up top, and then they can use that wing play from Flynn and Murphy and let Baxter go in the hole and control the game.
It's Diego Poyet. Chipped forward towards Tutgate, and was beaten in the air by Brayford. No sign at all of the calf injury which has been troubling him all week.
You just see there Poyet saying to Cousins, give me an angle, and you know, I just don't think it's so predictable what Charlton have done so far. The really slow possession, slow build up. You know, and the opportunities are gone by the time you look up. I think they need to find a way to get it into feet and link and use runners from midfield.
He was born 2 days before his dad won the European Cup Winners' Cup against Arsenal, playing for Real Zaragoza. One thing I would say about Charlton, having watched them last week at Leicester, is they're showing considerably more resilience and bite in their play than they did on that occasion. Baxter, great idea, nearly. Now there was a little bit of quality. Baxter almost found the perfect ball for Connor Cody, who made a break.
Well, and again, it's in the position where he looks very, very comfortable. Baxter, great ball in, almost perfect, and just a little bit too heavy, but I mean, if he's not a number 10, I'll never know. I mean, he's dropped off all game, virtually never been the front player for Sheffield United today, and I'm just amazed they haven't made that change yet, because he looks like a real threat dictating the game from the centre of midfield.
Nigel Clough still thinking, blowing out his cheeks. Has he got a plan? Chris Powell, wonder what's on that pad.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Delivery's got to be right here. And Jose Baxter. He wasn't really. Jackson won the header. Didn't get beyond the first set of defenders. Sort of thing that drives managers wild. He took his time there, Hamer. Got away with it in the end. Still goalless in this FA Cup quarter-final. Remember, it will mean one Football League side will be in the FA Cup semi-finals and playing at Wembley. Sheffield United, the first third-tier side since Bristol Rovers 6 years ago to get this far. They were knocked out 5-1 at home by West Brom in the quarter-final that year after a great run. Here's Harriott. Can he make amends for that, well, big miss? And towards Tudgay. Slightly better spell for Charlton.
He is absolutely electric when he can open up his stride, and he's been the real threat for Charlton today. Real dangerous when your centre-back comes out and loses it. I think Maguire's done a great job today, but that's the first time he's lost it when he's come out, and real opportunity for Charlton to counter-attack.
So I think to just keep the ball a little better. That's over the head of Church. Just starting to get Tudgay into the game a little more. They're going to make a change here. They're going to take off their furthest forward man. We think Simon Church might be coming off here to be replaced by Adjevic, who's been playing in recent matches as a starter. Tudgay starting to find a bit of space, and I'm sure the Sheffield United fans are thinking, not him again, the former Wednesday man.
Well, they seem to be coming into this game in the last 10 minutes, and again another shot from distance, which has been, well, it's been typically for Charlton today. See if they can change it up with Adarovic coming on.
This is a demonstration of
long this time. That won't be a problem at all. And Sheffield United, the 4 times FA Cup winners, the Blades, though the last of those was in 1925. Just losing out, Doyle laying it forward. Still waiting to make that change and bring on Javic. It is Simon Church, who missed the Wales game in midweek. Had a slight knock, that was the word. So maybe that's a factor in that decision. Looks like Tudgay will take the Church role, and Javic will move into the midfield. He's a player who's on loan from Standard Liège for 6 months, signed in January. He signed on the day that Charlton's new owner, Roland Duchâtelet, Belgian businessman, took over at the club. There's quite a link going on between Standard Liège and Charlton, but that, as they say, is another story for now. Baxter. Well, it's gone a long way, and Sheffield United do get the lead. Ryan Flynn arriving on the back post. The Charlton defence caught napping, and the Blades are ahead again in the FA Cup.
Well, again, I think the source of inspiration we thought was going to be for Sheffield United has been Baxter, dropping off deep into that position, and an absolute stunning ball into the box. It's just a good piece of play, and Baxter gets it out of his feet, and that's as good a cross as you'll ever see. Perfect timed run, and Flynn being the right winger, just in the perfect place at the right time, and that is a very difficult finish. Just skips it over top of the goalkeeper, and 1-0.
Look at the celebrations on the Sheffield United bench. The third-tier side are ahead and can smell Wembley. Well, there is massive excitement here among the Sheffield United supporters, but there's a way to go here yet. Can Charlton bite back? Wilson lays it inside. Here is Diego Poyet. Across to Richard Wood. And that miss by Harriott looks even more expensive now. Murphy. Very positive from him. Lays it across to Brayford, just behind him. He tries the shot, deflects, and in! 2-0! Sheffield United! It's John Brayford! Cue hysteria at Bramall Lane.
Well, again, I think Sheffield United's 2 best players today have been Murphy and Baxter, and Baxter's so influential in the first goal. Murphy with his strong running the whole game. Just runs at the Charlton defence. He's come inside, he's been a feature of his game all day today. That's the right back, getting him at his feet. And gets very lucky, takes a deflection. Impossible for the goalkeeper, but Sheffield United deserve that. They've been the more positive team, and they've taken chances when they needed to.
Is Brayford's goal. A player who's never played at Wembley and longs to play at Wembley, might be playing at Wembley. Looked like it came off Richard Wood on his way in. Definitely Brayford's goal, though. It was on target, the shot.
Charlton need a reaction. They played not to lose today, and they need something, need a bit of inspiration, and you'd love to see Harriott just play on the shoulder and use his pace as a threat in behind rather than come and get it to feet. Can he be a threat in behind? He's so quick, virtually impossible to defend.
Well, Sheffield United's amazing FA Cup run this season goes on. Their amazing winning run goes on as well. Never in the club's history have they won 9 games on the bounce. Well, they're on the brink of doing that here. There was 1 minute and 42 seconds between those 2 goals. Cousins now for Charlton, who needs something special now. Wilson, too long for Harriet. Well, they're starting to wonder, these fans, where is this run going to end?
Well, it doesn't look like it's going to end today. I mean, they've been brilliant. I think their effort and determination so far has been exceptional. They just need that bit of quality, as Nigel Clough said before the game, and Baxter and Murphy have provided those key moments.
Well, those goals have ignited the Sheffield United fans in this stadium. Charlton are going to make a couple of changes very, very shortly. More of that in a moment as Poyet lays this one off. They need something, and Jevic's effort was tame.
Well, it's a great job from Brayford just to get in that position. As you see, he takes a clear deflection off Wood. Virtually impossible for the keeper to save, and you know, sometimes you've got to take chances. Brayford takes a shot from distance, and he gets rewarded.
Wild scenes. And Brayford, who said he'd have never dropped to play in League One on loan if it wasn't for Nigel Clough, his old manager at Derby County. Well, he's done that, and part of the deal here is getting to play in an occasion like this one and scoring in it.
Well, I think he's been exceptional in their FA Cup run today, and Bramall Lane is bouncing, you know, due to those two goals, and they've been the better side today. You'd have to say Charlton will have to be massively disappointed. I think they came here not to lose, and they've been punished.
Yellow card here for Harriet for that challenge. It's just tempers beginning to fray as he has a word with Brayford, and Johnny Jackson, quite sensibly the captain, leads the youngster away. The last thing Charlton need is to be playing with 10 men as well. A lot for Chris Powell to think about. This game has rather exploded in Charlton's faces in the last 5 minutes or so. This might be one for Josie Baxter, maybe Flynn, who's also hovering with intent. Baxter's taken all the set pieces so far and might pull rank. Yes, he has. Oh, look at this. This is a routine. Flynn plays it across the face of goal. It's a great idea from Sheffield United.
That's a great dummy run from Harris. Baxter plays it into Flynn, and very well worked set piece.
Well, you could understand these supporters thinking this just might be our year. They've had a few Wembley heartbreaks in their time. Sheffield United in recent years, playoff final defeats. Looks like they're going to be returning to North West London. Now here's Brayford again. Cut back, Baxter's effort blocked on the way. Charlton are on the rack at the moment. He's had a good game, hasn't he, the former Everton man, Josie Baxter.
Baxter's been brilliant today, and just a great little back heel from Flynn. Brayford's been exceptional getting forward into these attacking positions. He cuts it back brilliantly, and that's a great block. Otherwise it could have been 3-0.
Murphy. Sheffield United are rampant now. They all want to get in on the act.
I think they've just wanted it more today. You think Murphy, Baxter, Brayford getting forward, Flynn at times. They've put in a little bit more into this game. I think Charlton have been pedestrian at times and haven't really created enough chances to be winning this game.
And the mood here from Sheffield United seems to be they want more. He's got a punch on it, but not much of one. And here's Flynn again. He wants another one. He's scored now 2 times on this FA Cup run. I'll tell you something, Owen. I'm sure Nigel Clough and his team are starting to think if their revival had started a little bit earlier, they could have got themselves into the promotion race in League One. As well as it is, they're still 11 points off the playoffs, having waged a relegation battle for most of the season so far. Here's Murphy again. You do have 2 good wingers, Flynn and Murphy.
Old school wingers, you know, really getting at defenders, and they put in so much effort defensively as well. And as you see at times, Murphy's always taking pressure off of defence, making runs, getting forward. And Charlton just haven't had that. I think Harriet's on the other side has had moments in the game where he's been able to have an impact, but Cousin on the other side offensively hasn't impacted the game enough.
Just to remind you, it has been 13 years since any team from outside the top 2 divisions got to the FA Cup semi-finals, and that was Wycombe Wanderers, who knocked out Premier League Leicester at this stage and lost to Liverpool in the semi.
Well, just sloppy play from Wiggins. I mean, talk about change of pace. What a change of pace from Flynn. He's about 3 or 4 yards behind and makes up the ground and gets the free kick. Takes precious time off for Sheffield United, and they'll look to just control this game.
It's a sinking feeling that they have here. And Charlton supporters, what has been a difficult season for them. Brayford plays it in quickly, playing with good tempo, Sheffield United as well, and of course massive belief. Brayford inside again. Really was quite curious the way Cardiff bought him and never played him in the Premier League.
Well, he's had a brilliant game today. I think in this whole FA Cup he's had some terrific games. He looks like a winger at times.
Cody lays it inside. His Baxter still might be something. Oh, he's hit the post and he's back in again. But the flag is up. This one isn't going to count. Cody puts it in. It's the second time he's had the ball in the net and it's been disallowed.
Well, it'll be interesting to see a replay of that. It just happened so quick. Baxter takes a shot as the deflection comes off. Well, looked like a Charlton player, and it'll be interesting to see a replay of that.
Charlton have just looked in the last 10 minutes or so as if they're in danger of unravelling. Harriet with the cross goes a long way. Harris is great to put that behind. It was a good ball in.
Great ball in from Harriet, and he's really been their only threat going forward.
It's Green who's come on as a substitute. Need a goal and fast, Charlton, and won't get it with crosses that close to the goalkeeper. Also come on as the Iranian Gucha Anajat. This is the one that was disallowed for offside, I think it was too.
Tight one.
Yeah, it was close, wasn't it? Now just listen to the Sheffield United supporters. There's Flynn again. And they are threatening more. Baxter. Too long for Skugel. Here's Flynn.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Well, Charlton here needs something very, very dramatic.
We've only got about 15 minutes left to make something happen, and they just haven't. I mean, it's been about 80 minutes, and offensively they haven't done much, and they just need some inspiration. They haven't found a way to get it. And Sheffield United just put so much more into this game.
Well, Green left in a heat there, really, and Baxter protests his innocence, but it's yellow.
Well, it just ricochets, and it's... I mean, he plays the ball, definitely a bit of follow through, but yellow card, I think, is sufficient.
Well, he might count himself a little bit unlucky. I suppose the challenge did go on into the player, but he certainly won the ball first very cleanly, didn't he?
He did, but I think at times when you have dangerous tackles like that, it's easy to give a yellow card.
I think 15 years ago it wasn't even a free kick.
Exactly. Old school FA Cup challenge, you don't mind them.
Jose Baxter is getting a standing ovation after an excellent playmaking performance, even more effective when dropped deeper, setting up the crucial first goal. The former Everton starlet is a star again for Sheffield United today. Ben Davies has scored a cracking free kick goal against Peterborough in midweek. A defender is coming on in his place. And that would be the first slightly we have what we hold thought that Nigel Clough has had, because Sheffield United have been going for it a bit since they got the second goal. No question of sitting on it.
I think the remarkable thing is these two teams play in different divisions. I mean, Charlton in the Championship and Sheffield United today looked the better side, and Jose Baxter was exceptional today.
Played deep, the goalkeeper just about winning it. Adjevich. Nothing going for him. Now depression for Chris Powell, who now faces a fight to keep Charlton Athletic in the Championship. He's done a great job in his 3.5 years with the club, getting them promotion from League One, and this FA Cup run has been fun, but barring some late dramatics, it looks like that run is ending here for Charlton.
Well, and he'll be disappointed today. They just didn't rise to the occasion. They had a real opportunity to kickstart their season, and you know, they just didn't show up enough today. Sheffield United were the hungrier, more determined team and deservedly lead this game.
Davis chasing here for Sheffield United. Well, don't forget, later on we've got more FA Cup action, a repeat of last year's final. Can Wigan shock Manchester City? Possibly. Again, it's 3:30 with us on BT Sport. Next Saturday it's Hull against Manchester City from the Barclays Premier League for you, and the week after that, big game up at the top between Chelsea and Arsenal in our lunchtime slot on the 22nd, all available too, of course, on your BT Sport app. Green laying it inside. It's come on as substitute to play wide on the right. Danny Green.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Jamie Murphy, a doubt for this game. Sheffield United were glad to have him out there. He's been a thorn in the side of Charlton. Davis, the substitute. Cody lays it inside. Skugel. Nope, he thought Davis was going to make a run. He wasn't. And Sheffield United won't be too worried about that with the ball at that end of the pitch and time running out. There's Kevin McKay, joint owner of Sheffield United. There are a lot of low times in football. You have to enjoy occasions like this, and why wouldn't they? And there might be something more for them to enjoy now. Skugel wide, Ryan Flynn again. Good block this time. Jackson still working for the Charlton cause. Adjevic.
This is a demonstration of wire cast.
Wiggins. Callum Harriott looks too long. Now, was the key moment in this game, Owen, the missed chance by Callum Harriott with the score at 0-0 and the goal gaping?
Well, it was a massive opportunity. I think quick free kick from Jackson, and Harriott, who's probably been Charlton's best player today, had a great opportunity, arrives in the box. Perfect timing.
Here it is again. This is his
just
miss.
Misses it, takes a bit of a bounce, and it's a bit of a difficult one. If he makes a cleaner contact, it's in the back of the net, and at that point it's 0-0. And obviously would have changed the game dramatically, but that was only the real chance from Charlton today, and I think you'd have to say otherwise they've been disappointing. If you look at the effort that Flynn and Murphy on either wing have put into the game, I don't think Charlton have any players that have done similarly.
Their whole problem this season, really, not able to conjure up enough threat. Skugel's going to come off here to be replaced by Chris Porter, very much the hero in the last round against Nigel Clough's old club, of course, Nottingham Forest. Everyone's getting a huge ovation in a red and white striped shirt today.
Well, the fans have been brilliant. I think you have to admire the effort that all these Sheffield United players put into this game. They were so hungry and determined, and be a great celebration.
So on comes Porter, who's already scored 4 times on this cup run. Adjevic to lay it in. But let's pay tribute to Sheffield United, because this is an old-fashioned giant-killing run. Aston Villa of the Premier League, Fulham of the Premier League, Nottingham Forest, who are flying in the Championship, and now Charlton also from the Championship. All teams from higher divisions who look as if they're going to be knocked out by a rampant Sheffield United. I mean, for Nigel Clough, what a story. I mean, so many people thought he was unfairly fired by Derby County earlier on in this campaign. He's come here, he's revived this club. Could it be that he's going to take them to an FA Cup final?
Well, I think he deserves a ton of credit. I mean, if you look at the effort that his players put into this game today, they're all playing for him, and I mean, to knock out 4 sides in higher divisions is exceptional. At times in these FA Cups, you have those storied runs, and Sheffield United have been that team this season.
And there's a lot of talk about the FA Cup being a distraction. Some managers seem to think so. Quite the opposite for Sheffield United. They've drawn huge energy from this run, and it's transferred to their league form too.
Absolutely. I think they really struggled in the league a couple months ago, and those wins in the FA Cup really kick-started their campaign, and they haven't looked back. They've been exceptional the last 10 or 15 games, and have the opportunity to get to a semi-final at Wembley is such a great achievement.
And then they'll just hope for the best with the draw. Well, they've already started the celebrations, the huge flag as the Blades cut a swathe through the opposition in the FA Cup this year. And of course they had to enter in the first round against Colchester. They had a 3-2 win against them away from home. Then they had to go to Cambridge, who were flying at the top of the conference at the time, and dealt with them quite comfortably in the end. I don't think anybody then thought this run would still be going now, but it is. Flynn gets it into touch. Sheffield United are nearly there. Laid wide by Adjevic to Green.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And they've defended so well than they've needed to today. As you think about Collins and Maguire have been so strong at the centre of that defence. The fullbacks have done a great job as well.
Here comes the latest standing ovation. There have been a few today from the Sheffield United fans. Off comes Ryan Flynn. Scorer of the first goal to be replaced by Stephen McGinn, who was a bit of an injury doubt, but he's okay too, and he's just going to see a bit of action at the end. Remember the day, young man.
Well, if you think Flynn, Murphy back, so all the front three have been absolutely exceptional, rotating positions, and any one of those three could be the man of the match today.
Green's long throw, and it is a long throw as well. There's going to be 4 minutes of added time, but Charlton could do with 4 hours.
You're not wrong.
Harriet plays it in again. To Charlton's credit, they're still pressing, still believing. They're trying to just nick one back to set up a finish, and it would really get quite nervous was that to happen. Been quite an occasion this, Owen.
It's been a great atmosphere. I mean, perfect weather. You think it's a summer's day, and I think these fans won't forget this for a long time. I just think disappointed. You know, they didn't show up, put enough into the game. There too many players not played to their level. You know, I think Sheffield United 2-0 so far, absolutely deserving of this lead.
This is a demonstration
with the club not so long ago. Cousins tries to get it forward.